Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use dict.fromkeys function in Python. So syntax is like dict.fromkeys. So dict means dictionary from keys. So it is a built-in Python method so used to create dictionary from a list or any iterable of keys, and it will pass all same values. So syntax is like dict.fromKeys. So we need to pass inside keys and values. So keys is like either list, tuple or string, like iterable of keys. So value is value assigned to each key. So default is none. So first we'll see what is the basic usage. So keys I am defining as a list of elements, and I'm printing dict dot from keys, and inside that I'm passing these keys. So if you see here, keys can be either list, tuple or string. So here I given keys as list of elements. So that I'm passing inside from keys. And this value is default. So whether you can define the value or by default it is none. So since I'm not uh, defining here, values I'm not defining, so I'm defining only keys here. So this syntax can be written either this way or this way. So like here I defined keys as list of elements, and default value as none, and dict dot from keys, and key I'm mentioning keys here. So keys here is list of elements, and the default underscore value as none. So either you can define like this, or directly you can mention here default underscore value equal to none. So either of the way you can define. So first I'm creating a dictionary from list of keys. Suppose I want to create a dictionary from list of keys. So here I'm defining keys, and I have this list of elements, that is list of keys. So here I'm using dict dot from keys, and inside that I'm passing keys. Here what is keys? This is the list of keys here. So if I pass here, and what it gives output is it will give you dictionary, and for each key. So first in this key is ID, and this is the key, and value is none because we are not passed any value here. So if you're not passing any value here, then it means that default value as none. So for first key ID, we are getting none. And what is second key here? Name. So name, this is the key, and value we are getting none. So similar way, third one is age. So that is the key here, and value is none. And fourth key is city. So that is the key is city, and value is none. So since we are not mentioned value, and by default it considered as none, and we are passing here keys, number of keys we are passing. So all the values for each key by default we are getting none. So that is the same thing is mentioned here, all initialized with same value. So so next, the second one is this one, second example. So create a dictionary from list of keys. So here what I'm doing, here I'm mentioning default underscore value as none. Okay, so dict dot from keys and passing keys here, that is this list of elements, and default underscore value as none. So this will get same result as earlier. So as I mentioned here, you can write the code either this way or this way. So this is basic usage of dict dot from keys. So next what going to do is, So here I am defining list of keys. So here I try to mention maximum number of keys here. If you observe here, so there is some repetitive duplicate keys are there. If you see NA, I have this many NAs duplicate values. And if you see customer, see here I have this many duplicate values. Similar way, admin, I have this many. And search also have duplicates. Similar way, transport also has ADLS, sales, marketing. So maximum almost all the values has duplicate values. So first I defined all the keys in the form of list of elements. On top of that, what I'm doing here is dict.fromkeys and I'm passing this variable here status. That means this list of elements. So what I will get output as in this first key, what is that? NA. But if you see here NA, we have distinct duplicate values. But what a dictionary does is it will ignore duplicate values. So it will give only distinct value. So first one is NA, that is our key. And since I am not mentioned here any value here, it will consider default value as none. So NA, I am getting value as none. And the second key is customer. So this also has duplicate records, but it will consider only distinct value, that is customer, that is key, and value it considered as none. And a similar way for admin, search, transport, ADLS, marketing. See here all distinct values, all distinct keys we are getting and respective values as none. Okay, so next, so same thing I mentioned here, the duplicate entries are removed because dictionary keys are unique. So remove duplicates while preserving the original order of the list. So, and one more thing is it will follow same order. So first NA is there, NA, next customer. So here customer and next admin is there, next search is there, next transport is there, next transport, ADLS, sales, marketing. So it follows same order. So next, so this visa, so dict dot from keys of status. Next, what I'm doing on top of that, I'm using list. So why I'm using list here is here I have dictionary, key value pair is there. So if I try to convert by using list, so I will get in the form of list. See here I am getting only keys here. So from here, it will extracting only keys here. So that means it converting dictionary to list. And if you see here, our first expression is status, that is original list. And if you see the result, see here list. If you see in this list, we have duplicate records, active, it repeating 2 times, and inactive repeating 2 times, and pending is once. So if I use dict.fromkeys on this status, what it doing? Remove duplicates. So what it remove duplicates? It only removes keys of duplicates. And if you see here, in here we have active twice, so it will remove duplicates and only one key will be there. So for that clear key, it is applying none. And similar way, inactive, 2 times it is there, so it will remove duplicates, and for this inactive, it will apply none. So pending we have only one, so pending none. So on top of that, I am applying list. So what it does is convert keys back to list. So I am getting finally only list. So that means what we are doing here is first I have list. That list has duplicate keys. So by using this function, I am converting to dictionary. So while converting, it will remove all duplicates of keys. duplicate keys it removing, then again converting back to list. Okay, so next if you see method, so as of now we discussed about this method. So this method is for what? Converting dictionary to list. So there is one more alternative, list set of status. So instead of dict.fromkeys, you can use set also. So here also it will remove duplicates. Set function also it will remove duplicates, but only problem is it won't preserve order. So here order may change, which removes duplicates but does not preserve the original order. So here in this method, it keeps the original order. So that means as we discussed here, so in this, so here it preserving same order. So that means first NA, then customer, admin, search, transport, ADLS, sales, marketing. So same order will get. Suppose here instead of this, if you use set, so there is no guarantee that we'll get same order. So that is the difference using this set and dict.from keys. Next, by using with custom default value. So as of now, we saw default value as none. So now what I'm doing is I'm also defining some custom value. So first I'm defining keys. These are the keys in the form of list of elements. So dict.fromkeys, and inside that I'm passing these keys, and default value I'm providing as 0. If I try to print that, for each key value is 0. See here, if you don't define, we are getting NA here. Since I defined 0 as the key value, and for all the keys, we are getting value as 0. And a similar way, I have this keys list of elements, and default value I am mentioning as NA. So if I use dict.fromkeys, and these keys I am passing, and default underscore value as NA. So that means ID for each keys we are getting not applicable here. This NA we are getting here. Next, similar way, I have employees list of elements. So status is dict.fromkeys. So employees I'm passing list of strings, and my default value as pending. And if you see, for each key we are getting value as pending. See, for all the keys we are getting pending. So similar way, using a tuple as keys. Next we'll see using tuple as key. So as of now we saw list. So now I'm mentioning a tuple. So for this also dict.fromkeys. So keys comma 10. So that means for each key, so for X, Y, Z, for each key, we are getting value as 10. So next one is using string as keys iterable. So that means dict.fromkeys. So here I'm directly providing string here. My key is string, and my default value I'm mentioning 1. So if I try to print this, so this string, it will split into different keys. So ABC, it is splitted into A, B, C. And for each key, default value as 1. Next one is using a mutable value, that is like a list or dictionary. So here I'm defined one key, list of elements, and dict.fromkeys, and I'm passing these keys here, and my default value is empty list. So if I pass this, see here for each key ABC, I am getting empty list as the value. And on top of this, after defining empty list, what I'm doing is data of A. Data of A means for this first one. For this first one, I am using append 1. So then what will happen? So for all the keys in that list, it is adding 1. So all keys share the same list object. So changing one changes all. So we can use a dictionary comprehension instead of this. So data equal to k, this is key, and value is empty list for k in keys. So this case, it will iterate by using this for loop, and this key I mentioned, key comma value. So that means this empty string, it will iterate. So if you try here, see here, this key value, it will iterate with empty list. So that means code you can write either this way or this way. Either this way or that way. Okay. So next, nested dictionary. So I have subjects, that is a list of elements. So dict.fromkeys, and these subjects I'm passing here. And here I'm passing one dictionary. In place of value, I'm passing one dictionary here. That is score as 0, grade is NA. So for first key, what is the key? Math. So for math, so first value is this one, set. So this value, this whole thing, we are getting for each and every key. If you see for next key is science, so for this, we are getting same value here. This whole value, we are getting same way for English. This key, this whole thing we are getting as value. This whole value we are getting for each and every key. So what is summary table is? So by default is none. So if you use a dict.fromkeys, and if you're passing this list of elements ABC, so your output will be like this: dictionary of, for first A, none, B, none, C, none. So if you're not defining any value, it will take as none. So custom value means dict.fromkeys. So this is my keys, and this is my default value as 10. That means for A, B, default value, it will assign 10. So next is string keys. So dict.fromkeys, I am passing ABC as the key value, that is a string, and my value is 1. So for A, 1, for B, 1, for C, 1. Next one is mutable value warning. So dict.fromkeys, so values, keys I'm passing here, A comma B, and value I'm passing as empty list. Okay, so that's all about this video on how to use dict.fromkeys. So if you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.